Okay, so here we are once again in the North Country Trail. This time I'm doing the Minnesota section through the middle part of the state here. Starting around Detroit Lakes, and well, it says I'm here. And ultimately going to be going past Itasca State Park, 100 or so miles up to a town called Remmel or something like that. But anyway, the point is, we got the dog again. She's all loaded up. Same situation as always. There's the truck. I got my scooter staged about 5 miles ahead. I'd say it's, I don't know, I'm making a guess. I'm saying, I guess it's probably about 2:15 or so. Which I could say for certain. Oh wow, it's 3 o'clock. A lot later than I thought it was. So anyway, I'm only doing 5 miles since I'm getting here so late. It's about 5 hours away from where I live. And you know, get all set out to go, and we'll see what it's like. You know, I don't know what to expect from this here hike here. It's lots of lakes, hopefully not too many mosquitoes. Well, I'll give you updates on the trail. Well, it's a nice temperature today. I don't know, I guess I'd say it's about, I don't know, low 70s. Decent breeze going through. It's been thunderstorms in the area the last couple of days. I was going to start maybe a couple of days ago, but I figured why start when it's going to be miserable and wet. So this is the first good day. It should be good the next several days. And I neglected to mention, starting on old Highway 32 trailhead, which is the first, shall we say, the westernmost trailhead in Minnesota on this North Country Trail, which spans all the way from North Dakota to New York. And I've done the Superior Hiking Trail, which is about 300 miles of it or so. And I've also done the Wisconsin sections, which is another 150, 180, I can't remember what it was. But now I'm going to tackle this midsection here of Minnesota. And, you know, maybe by the end of my life I might do the whole damn thing. Who knows? Okay, so we're at another parking lot here. I had to move the truck. This is midway between where I was supposed to do my hike today. I hiked in about 1.5 miles or so, I'd say, and then the trail just ended. Like, it literally just went into a swamp, and there are no more of these blue blazes here, and there's nowhere to go. You know, and the dog got in the swamp, and like there was just no, everything was overgrown. There was no indication whatsoever that the trail continued. So because this is a newer section of the trail, it's possible that it hasn't been completed. So I moved the truck up a few miles, so I'm about midway. I'm in a parking lot in between where my scooter is, and so I leapfrogged up a little bit, and you know, I've already hiked about 3 miles today, but I'm assuming it's probably about 2.5 more to where my scooter is now. But we'll see. You know, that's assuming I'm going the right way too, which I'm not 100% on, but I think I probably am. But oh well, we'll see. It's an open prairie here. Hiking alongside this slow moving river here. Kind of a swampy area. Not overwhelmingly scenic, but it's not hot and the bugs are minimal. You know, there's a mosquito here and there, but mostly it's just gnats. Yeah. Okay. Okay, for the second time today, I've reached a complete stopping point. The trail ends here at this river, but unlike the other one, I can actually see where it continues. So apparently, you're expected to cross the river here. As you can see, it's moving at a decent clip. I got a dog with me, and a pack. I wasn't quite expecting this, but I mean, I suppose I could cross it if I take my shoes off, but it's a little annoying. But I don't know. We'll see what I do. Either do that or I go back the way I came. Okay, well, there goes nothing. I've made my pants into shorts and I've taken my shoes off, taken her electronic collar off, and the shell of her backpack is all that's on, and we'll see what we can do here. Hope it's not deeper than I think it is. Ouch. Oh, this is not what I'm in the mood for. Okay, come on, let's go. Let's go. Oh, fuck. It's fucking rocks and shit. Okay. Alright. Nice and cold. Feels nice. Ouch. Got that sawgrass in between my toes. That didn't feel very good. Yeah, it's moving along pretty good. Okay, this is the part where it's really deep, relatively speaking. Come on, Lincoln. Get a hold of her. Now she's at the point where she's swimming. I'm up past my knees. Okay. Nearly there now. Very rocky. Logs in the way. Definitely don't want to drop this camera. I'm going to turn it off. Okay, come up on a cornfield now. Kind of wild. I can't imagine there's that much left to go. Certainly feel like I've gone several miles. And now mosquitoes are definitely out in full force, so that's kind of annoying. I guess it's getting later on in the day, so I'm ready to get away from them. Okay, so here I am. Made it through the first day. So far, so good. Man. Hopefully, I won't have to deal with these types of mosquitoes tomorrow if I get out earlier and get off the trail earlier. Okay, so here we are at day 2. I'm leaving the Purple Pond Wildlife Management Area, which I was hiking through yesterday, and going to be entering the Tamarack Lake, or Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge. And I got my scooter stage, let's see, where would it be? Right here, and I am here now, and according to this map, it says it's 9.4 miles away. So, that's what it's going to be, apparently. And this dog needs to stop eating grass. Not cool. Alright. Day 2 begins. Okay, so yeah, we're probably a couple miles into it. Decent hiking. There's a few bugs out. It's overcast, so it's not particularly hot. A little humid. And just crossed the Highway 126 not that long ago. Making my way up towards Pine Lake. And yeah, nothing too substantial to report. Passed by a couple of lakes and, I guess swamps, whatever you want to call them, on either side of me. Kind of, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. So it looks like Pine Lake is now visible. This has actually been a pretty nice hike today as far as like the scenery goes. So I'm enjoying it. So I've emerged from the forest into this open area here. Because that's Tamarack Lake over there, somewhere yonder. And to my right, Pine Lake is over there. Can't see it here, but I'm kind of in between these two lakes. And there are definitely mosquitoes out. But I've been in worse. Okay, so we're here at the Pine Lake trailhead now. Okay, so started here today. I'm now here. So, still got that to go. I don't know what that means. Maybe I've gone 4 out of the 9.5 miles. So, I guess. Maybe less. I don't know, 3.5, 4, somewhere in there. Trail maintenance. I was talking to that guy for a while. Gave me some good information. He's a nice, friendly old guy. But, you know, talking to him for about 15-20 minutes actually, so it's time to get back on the trail. I'd like to get off this trail by 3. Give me plenty of time to, you know, find a place to sleep and all that with daylight and so forth, where the mosquitoes come out in full force. So that's the goal. Okay, so we're on the old North Tamarack Lake here. There's a boat off in the distance. Don't see them though. Oh, there they are. It's a pretty cool little section of trail here. So there's a huge tree that's fallen over the trail, but it's a little side trail that they've blazed here to go around it. That's, wow, look at that. They even put a blue blaze in the dirt there. How funny. Interesting. Yeah, we're through that last parking lot there. Oh look, another one fallen. Yeah, through that last parking lot there, and we're on the home stretch, I guess. I'll probably, I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, like 2.5 miles left to go, we'll say. Oh boy. Looks like we got some shotgun shells here. Yep, still hiking along. I don't really know how much further there is, but my guess would probably be about a mile. But, you know, we'll see. Just been hoofing it along, and yeah, really enjoyable hike, really nice, pleasant forest that I've been hiking through. And temperature is about right. Insects are, they're there, but they're not overwhelming. Well, must be bear country. Look at these claw marks. Huh. Okay, so coming up on a road here. Hopefully that means oh yeah, here we are. There's the scooter. Thank God. Jesus Christ. I was nowhere near as close as I thought I was on that last update. It was a lot more than a mile. So yeah, finally 9.5 miles. Yeah, I'm out of shape. You know, what are you gonna do? I'm feeling it. You know, 9.5. Try to push on and do a little more tomorrow. You know, depending on how my legs feel. But that's good. See you on the other side. Okay, so it's Saturday, September 10th, 8 o'clock on the nose. And I'm starting out, let's see, this is like the Blackbird trailhead, and I'm going, let's see here, that comes into focus. I'm heading 7.1 plus 4.3 all the way to the Green Lake trailhead. So that's 11.4 miles today, so nearly 11.5 miles. And it rained last night, and I actually set up camp in the back of the truck, you know, with a one-man tent that fits in the bed there, and then I had the tarp over that, so I'm just laying the tarp out so it can dry out. So it stayed good and dry because I had the foresight to put the tarp over the top of it. Yeah, and the dog slept inside the truck itself, in the truck cab. Yeah, that's really all there is to say about that. And, you know, I'm going to do a little bit more today, so the legs aren't too stiff. I don't, at least not yet. So, should be not that big of a deal. But it's very wet, though, and it's earlier than I've started so far, so I'm actually, my teeth are chattering right now. I'm actually pretty cold, but I'm just wearing the thin hiking shirt and hiking pants because I know once I get walking, it'll warm up considerably. Doggy shivering too. So, I was having a nice forest hike till it just emerged out here to these nice lakes, and the first significant bridge crossing that I've had on this trail so far. You can hear the water rushing through. Oh wow. Sun feels good. Really warming me up. Yeah, it's kind of chilly this morning. Feels perfect when the sun's on you. Alright, just on a little boardwalk here, going across this swamp. It's been just a nice forest walk all day, up and down these glacial undulations here. It's actually because it's so consistently tilted, like we'll say 30 degrees to one side. My knee is actually getting a little sore from constantly being, you know, exerted at that particular angle. But yeah, it's good scenery and good temperatures. Would be nice if there's a little more airflow, I suppose, but you know, definitely not shivering anymore, I'll tell you that. So it's that's good. It's a really nice trail. Strong pine scent. You know, been in shade virtually all day, so that's nice. That's a surprisingly long boardwalk here. Wonder how long it goes. Okay, well, I've made it to one checkpoint here. Let's see. Where am I? Oh. I'm here. Alright, started here. I'm here, and my next destination is off this map. So I guess I have 7.1 miles to go. Means I've done 4 point whatever it was, 4.3, 7.1 remaining. Alright, I'm going to take a little break and get something to drink, maybe a snack, give her some water, and that's about it. Well, I came up on my first trail campground, and look at this toilet. Wow, some serious luxury here. You even got fenced-in privacy. Old toilet out in the middle of nowhere. And I'll show you what this campground will look like. It's actually not far from the parking lot, so this is an option for me to actually camp here. My truck won't be far away. Probably want to move up a little further along. This would be backtracking if I came here, but you know, nice little campground. It's pretty wet still. But yeah, nice bench. Fire pit. So this is pretty much what I've been seeing all day. Nice new growth forest. You know, not much sun peeking through the leaves, but some significant climbing for these undulations here, which is really hard on my knee, just because, like I said, the constant banging down at, an awkward angle. So when I'm walking straight, I don't feel it, but when I'm climbing up these hills, like a little bit tilted, it's pretty sharp. But it's pretty nice day though. I don't know, probably halfway through today's hike, we'll guess. Maybe a little less. But we're making progress. Check out that big ass beaver dam. So there's this lookout built here in the trail in the middle of nowhere. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Missing a few steps. That'd be tough to get up anymore. Oh, looks like I'm coming up on a road here. This means this is that second trailhead in between here. Guess this would be the 26th. And that means there's probably only like a mile and a half left after this, I would imagine. Whew. Yeah, I think I need to sit for a minute. Luckily there's a bench here. My knee is really sore. This is crazy. Okay, finally coming down. There's my scooter. Man, I am really happy to be done. A lot of mosquitoes in this last section, and my knee is just on fire. I need to not walk on it anymore. So, yep, that's that. 11.4 miles, I think it was today. Yep. Okay, so here I am, Greenwood Lake. It is almost 1 year since I last left off on this trail. When my knee gave out on me, and I decided to go on a scooter trip instead last summer. So now here it is, August 14th, 2017, I believe. And here I am, same hat as usual, same dog as usual, same pink backpack. And, well, it's pretty late, let's see. After driving up here, getting my campground all together and all that kind of stuff, it's actually, it's 5:53. It's almost 6 o'clock p.m. But luckily I only have 4 miles to go to where my scooter is staged, as usual. And so hopefully I can get out of the woods within a couple hours at the worst. There does appear to be quite a few mosquitoes around, and you know, I'm sure they'll come out more as the sun retreats. But I hope I'm going the right way. Actually not clear to me which way to go to start. I believe, I mean, it's been a year. I came in that way? I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out soon enough. I know I've got to cross this road here. It seems intuitive that this would be the way to go. But anyway, 4 miles today, and then hopefully we can, you know, considerably up our mileages thereafter, and should be pretty easy to get myself up and running every day after today, you know, because the 5.5 hour drive up here is completed, and I've got a permanent campsite for the next few days anyway. We're at Itasca State Park, so I don't have to fool around with that every night, and that's kind of the reason why I oftentimes like to finish hikes early in the day, so I have enough time to, you know, find a place to camp and get showered up, and you know, and oftentimes I'm not paying for a campsite, so I bit the bullet and I paid for one, so I have a shower access available to me. You know, it's really important to me to be able to inspect my body for ticks and such, so it's kind of like my justification for it, and that way I don't have to you know, put the tent up and down every night, and I've got all my food there ready to go. So yeah, all that stuff will take considerably less time if you don't have to build it up and tear it down every day, and you know, that factors into your time. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going the right way, but you know, we'll see, I guess. Updates forthcoming. Okay, well, I was walking the wrong way, and you know, I had to turn around. And I kept walking and walking at least a quarter of a mile, and you know, the street never showed up, so I had to turn around and go back. But it was good, because then the pack just wasn't sitting right on her, and we're only going 4 miles, so I took it off and just have a little bit of water in my pack, and that way she can, you know, move a little easier. But yep, on the trail, and I got a bad feeling that I have, well, not a bad feeling, but a sneaking suspicion that I've already hiked this bit. You know, it just seems awfully familiar, and so I might be repeating this for 4 mile section here, but oh well, the scooter's already there, so alright. So it's really swampy in here, and there certainly are lots of gnats and mosquitoes around, but I've been in a lot worse, so you know, it's late summer, so it could be a lot worse. And it's really dark when you're in the forest, but still a good amount of light left, so I don't know, feel a little bit better about that. I have no idea how far into this I am, but it's almost 7 o'clock already. You know, I'm probably got 3.5 miles to go, so I can't mess around too much, because you know, I don't want it to be dark, and who knows what the mosquito situation will be. So that's that. And as far as if I've done this before, I think I have. I think I'm just, you know, doing that last leg that I did nearly a year ago over again, one that I hobbled out of. But you know, gotta do a warm-up hike, I guess. I only have a 6-day window though, so this is day 1 of a maximum of 6 days. So, but yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs and little lakes splattered around. It's kind of what you'd expect in this part of the world. Yeah, so let's hope I get out of here before it's dark. Well, I've reached something called the Laurentian Divide. Not sure what that is, but I was climbing for a bit, so maybe it's some kind of, you know, ridge I got to the top of. But anyway, I don't know what the significance of that is, but there you have it. Okay, so made it to a little dirt road in between, and this basically confirms it. I absolutely remember this from last time, so unfortunately I'm doing a little bit of a repeat hike, but I don't know. Who knows what's left? Maybe a mile and a half. I'm just making up a number. I don't really have any frame of reference, because this little dirt road's certainly not on my map. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty dark when you're in the woods, but I'm still in pretty good shape. The sun's still, well, it's going down pretty quick. But yeah, marching on. Okay, well, here we are. Jesus. 4 miles. That's that. This road ahead, I have to drive the scooter down for like a mile and a half. It's pretty much a nightmare. Potholes and mud puddles everywhere and rocks and stones. So, I don't know, try to take it easy. Little Betsy here. Okay, here we are on day 2. Let's see. Okay, here we are down here, Camp 6 Forest Road. We are going, where am I going today? Here. And that is going to be about 10.2 miles. So I'm not able to wear my hat today. A little gasoline got on it. I was wondering why I was smelling gas everywhere. A little gas spill out of the gas tank onto the hat, and I don't want to be smelling that all day. So anyway, we got 10.2 miles today. Got my pack packed up, got everything ready to go. And geez, what time is it even? I think it's August 15th, and the time is 11:32. Okay, so a bit of a later start, but than I would have expected. But there's a lot of detours around here, so it actually took me a while just to get down here. I had to go the long way. And not only that, but didn't really get any sleep last night. It was kind of ridiculous. There was a vindictive raccoon that was making it impossible to sleep with the dog in the tent with me because she was really agitated by it, and he just wouldn't leave us alone. He was hanging out in the tree. It got to the point where I was throwing stones at this raccoon and like hitting it, and it just kind of like was accepting the blows and still not moving anywhere. So, and you know, despite numerous instances of the dog kind of like growling and barking and chasing after it, it still remained and was, you know, just making noises and, you know, just keeping her on our edge. So I finally had to just put her in the car. So, you know, in the cab of the truck there. So, you know, she would every once in a while bark at night, and this is very unusual for this dog. This dog almost never barks, but this raccoon was a real asshole. So, yeah, there wasn't any food around. He wasn't eating anything. He was just, you know, keeping everybody awake. So that's what happened last night. It was kind of entertaining, but it was also, you know, put me a little bit behind the 8 ball today. But, you know, I'm just going to take it easy. It's a nice, beautiful day. It's a decent little breeze. Humidity level's low. Not a whole lot of insects at this time compared to yesterday when I went out. And, you know, it's nice and shaded in here, and we'll see how this goes. And hopefully I haven't hiked this before, too. You know, that's another thing. It was kind of like, I've already done that before yesterday. You kind of want to just, you know, do the whole thing and not have to repeat things, but it's okay, though. Like I said, that was my warm-up, so a little more significant today. 10.2 miles. That would be a decent workout. I'm getting fat and I'm out of shape, so I need it. Well, I just thought of another thing I should mention about last night is when I put her in the car, I had the windows cracked, but only a couple of inches on either window. And I guess last night in her excitement, she wound up, I have manual lock, so she wound up like stepping on the lock and locking the doors. And I had the the keys sitting there right on the seat, you know. So I only had enough space with those couple inches to just barely squeeze my hand in. And I had to pull a MacGyver and take a, what do you call it, a strap with a hook on it, and just barely squeeze my hand in there, just to my wrist. Once it reached my forearm, I was unable to put my arm in any further. And I was just kind of fishing with this bungee cord until I got the hook end of it to grab onto the key ring, and I was able to fish it out of there. So that was that was good. That could have been a disaster. But yeah, those are the events of last night. These are the events of today. Okay, well, here's an outhouse, and came across a flooded woods campsite here, so like a trail camp. It's unfortunate because I just went to the bathroom. It would have been nice to know that was right there. I could have just sat down and be a little more civilized about it. Well, I don't know what that means as far as how far I've gone, but I'll check that out. Well, looks like maybe like a mile and a half at the most into it. So, I think, oh boy. So, still got a ways to go. Okay, so here I'm coming up to the first checkpoint here, which means that I have completed 5.7 miles, and I think it's a good spot as any. Sit down for a minute. A little tired, like I said, out of shape, and Let's see, what does that mean? We have 4.5 miles remaining. That was a nice little break in an open area. It was getting a little muggy and buggy in there, and cooled off and eaten a little bit of food, drank a little water. Feel ready to keep going. If I can find where this thing continues. There's access there. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, I think I see a blue blaze up there. Had to walk down this road a little bit to reconnect. Well, that's weird. I guess. There's probably a way to walk through the woods to get there, but whatever. Here I am. A lot of downed wood here and a lot of trees marked off with these red stripes all over. The forest itself is quite nice though. If it weren't for the flies and gnats buzzing around my head, this would be ideal. Lots and lots of up and downs, undulations. Now, I'm guessing there's probably about 3 miles or so left to go. So, I'm going to feel fairly fatigued by the end of this, but probably not overly fatigued. And she's still going. She was slowing down there, but now she's reclaimed her spot, the leader of the pack. But we all know who the real leader is. And so we're at a spot called Horseshoe Lake. I don't know what that means. That's where I am. Okay, there's a campsite on the lake here. That's cool. Yeah. So, you know, who knows? Maybe 2 3/4 miles left to go, something like that. Just making up a number. Somewhere in that vicinity. Somewhere between 2.5 and 3. Wow. The bugs are out in full force. They've gotten significantly worse. It seems like every time I breathe in, I'm eating one of these little fuckers. And, you know, there's mosquitoes in the mix too, so it's particularly annoying. You know, getting close to the point where I have to bust out the head net. I don't want to have to do that. Let's see. You know, maybe 2.5 miles left. I don't know. Hard to say. So, hiking through a nice pine forest here, and I don't know, I hate to say it, but this kind of seems familiar too. I mean, I hope I haven't done all of this already, but I don't know. I guess it's possible. I can hear the ambient noise of the highway, so I'm guessing I'm probably within 1.5 to a mile away, because the trailhead's essentially right across the highway, so I can hear cars, but it's always deceptive. You think you're really close, but I'm sure I'm more than a mile away. So, yeah, one good thing I'll say about having like bugs swarm around you, even though you're really tired, you're not going to take a rest, because that's really annoying. You just want to keep moving, keep them the hell away from your head. So I guess in that sense they're a bit of a motivator. I'm not going so far to thank them or anything, but it's just to put a positive spin on it, I suppose. Alright, scratch that. It's a lot closer than I thought. Here it is. Here's the highway. Here. And it's the end of the day. I don't know if you call this a highway exactly. I mean, there's rarely any traffic on it, but it is nice and paved. And just confirm that old Betsy is here. There she is. And day 2 complete. Well, it's nearly 11:30 on Wednesday, August the 16th, and I'm going to be going about 11.2 miles today. So this leg, and this leg here. So yeah, 5.4, 1.8, and 4.0, so 11.2. My scooter is stationed here, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's sprinkling right now. I checked out the radars, and it's should probably going to be like this all day. Hopefully it doesn't pour down rain, but I don't think it's going to really come down until this evening, but we'll see. I gotta say though, when I staged the scooter earlier, it was swarming teeming with mosquitoes out there, so I've got my head net and a poncho in my pocket on the ready, so I don't even have to get into my backpack if I feel overwhelmed by either the mosquitoes or the rain. I've got at least something, and I don't know, it'll be an adventure, Hopefully I don't regret this, but like I said, it's a little late in the day, but it's been raining all morning, so I haven't really had a chance to get out there and go. So hopefully I'll get this stretch of 11.2 miles in, and that would be nice. Starting the day off wearing a beanie. It's actually decent, somewhat cool. I would guess it's low 60s right now, so it's good temperature for hiking. Let's just hope it stays like this and the bugs don't get out of control. So here I'm at Pine Island Lake. Nice beautiful lake here. Just kind of holding the camera up. You can see on the other side of me is another lake. Well, I gotta say, so far this has been quite a bit more scenic and interesting than the first 2 days. It's a really nice forest, lots of beautiful lakes surrounding, and temperature's right. Bugs not out so far. I mean, not in any meaningful numbers. And just like everywhere you look, there's a little spotted lake or a swamp on the side of you, and so yeah, just a really pleasant hike today so far. Okay, well, it's just non-stop thorn gauntlet here, going through this thicket over and over again, and yeah, rather unpleasant. Ouch. So this has been going on for about a quarter of a mile. Hopefully it clears out here. God damn it. Yeah, and my legs are obviously soaking wet now too, as all this overgrowth just swiping against the side of my pants. And yeah, all of this stuff is thorny. So luckily most of it isn't, mature, shall we say, so the thorns are on most of these are fairly minimal, but some of them are straight up daggers. Yeah, well, it looks like it might be clearing up now. Wow, well, this is actually not very easy hiking. It is, until just now, very overgrown. I'm just like soaked from head to toe. Yeah, wow. Still haven't even made it to the first checkpoint yet. I'm guessing I probably hiked about 3 miles or so. I'm just 3.5. Who knows? I gotta be getting close to that. The first, I think it is a 4-mile thing, where the first trailhead is. And I actually, now that I mention it, I hear some ambient traffic noise, so odds are I'm getting close to a spot where I can maybe sit down for a second, catch a drink of water, give her some water, because her pack is very unbalanced. Readjust some things and keep moving. At least my shoes are waterproof. I like that. I brought 2 pairs of shoes with me, and both of them are waterproof. So, yeah. Oh yeah, here's the street. Yep. Okay. Well, this isn't a trailhead. It's just a street crossing, so I haven't got to that first checkpoint yet, I don't think. Or either that or it's just not indicated by any sign. So, I don't know, I guess I'll just keep going. Maybe that was, maybe it wasn't. Well, if that was the 4-mile trailhead there, it's only 1.8 miles to the next one. It's on Anchor Hill Road, so I guess I'd rather stop there anyway. Oh wait, I'm a little bit further into it, like slightly more than halfway, where I take my little break. Yeah. Oh, I am just soaking wet. There's some spots where you're just like crouching and going through the whole way. It is rather overgrown. But, no complaints, I guess. Like, thankfully, which is much more annoying to me, is mosquitoes. That has not been much of an issue at all. So, I'd rather be wet than be bit any day. Okay. Looks like I've now reached the junction with the 37, so maybe I haven't got to that trailhead yet. Just a little ditch here. That doesn't say anything. Well, I don't know if I'm supposed to be... Oh, it looks like maybe... Oh, that's it over there. Alright, now here. Now, we're at that 4-mile trailhead. And I don't know, should I stop? This looks like a nice, decent open area. Hang out for a bit. It's sprinkling a little bit, but I'm already soaking wet, so that's kind of irrelevant. Let's have a look at the whole big map here to verify that I am indeed where I think I am. I am here, yep, 4 miles in. So come on a nice, beautiful lake here. I think it's called the Long Lost Lake. Yeah, so, you know, we got about 1.7 miles or something like that, and we're to the next trailhead, and I think that's where I'm gonna take a little break. I'm not really tired or thirsty or anything yet, I'm just wet, and that's not gonna change, so I'll just keep going. Well, normally I don't like it when the trail turns to like an old snowmobile trail, but today I'm kind of happy, you know, nice wide berth to walk through for a change. Apparently that last trailhead was the original entrance station to Itasca State Park, which we're not even in yet. In fact, the end of today's hike will be like right on the border of it, and tomorrow should be really nice. Then I'll be hiking through the length of the southern portion of the park through a lot of old growth pine forest. Some of the oldest in the state, if not the oldest. So that should be pretty special. So this is nice wide berth and still scenic nonetheless, but yeah, an old, well, I don't know how old it is. It seems like it's probably still active snowmobile trail. Well, came up across a forest road here. This is getting terrible. My socks are so soaked that they've soaked all the way down inside the shoe. Like it's just, I'm just walking in puddles. And yeah, it's not going to get any better. I didn't bring any extra socks with me, so wow. There's going to be many miles of walking and just sopping wet socks to go. I don't think I'm at that 1.8 mile trailhead yet. Well, certainly that's not a overt trailhead, but I don't know. It's got to be coming up somewhat soon. Well, mosquito situation is such that it's come down to this. This is just too annoying, swatting these things out of my hair. So, here we go. Nickel Chisholm rail grade, circa 1915. So, what does that mean? We're on an old rail line? My, have things changed. That's cool. Started right from rotted railway ties. Yeah, these mosquitoes are too much. Alright, it's starting to come down. And at another lake right now, and Jesus, mosquitoes are just all over the place. I think the rain would kind of beat them down a little bit. So yeah, this is gonna be, I said I might regret it, so we'll see. Well, there's a beaver dam directly on the trail. So let's hope that they built a solid construction, because I'm going to have to walk over it. Let's see how this works. So far so good. Holy fucking shit. It's ridiculous. Alright, come on. Get out of there. Okay, well, I'll be damned. Still on this rail grade. You know, I'm thinking maybe that road crossing a while back was the 1.8 miles, because I have got to have gone way more than that by now. So, well, I don't know. Sometimes my internal, pedometer isn't the greatest, but yeah, there just hasn't been anywhere suitable where I could just sit and rest though. So, I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess it'd be a good thing if that was it. That means that I'm not much closer to being completely done for the day. So, yeah, the rain has slowed down a little bit. It's not coming down like it was a few moments ago. So that's good, because I do have a couple electronic items on me. So there's that. Well, I came up on another little forest road here, and reality is I have no idea how much farther there is to go, but boy, I am pretty worn out. I mean, it's a lot more work than normal because my feet are so sogged and therefore heavy, and all the underbrush is all wet and, about a foot high in a lot of places, so that's like adding resistance to your walking, so it's, kind of wearing me out. But I'm guessing that other road, the last one, was the other trailhead, which means that from there it was 5.4 miles, and I reckon I've probably gone at least another 2 since then. So we're looking somewhere between 3.5 miles. That's just a wild guess though. Like, that's what I'm thinking is left. I'll know for sure, because on this stretch there is another trail campground, like a backpackers camp, and when I see that, that'll be pretty much midway through this 5.4 stretch, and then I'll have a idea where I am, and I'll know for sure that I'm making my way, blah blah blah. Yeah, I hope my feet aren't thrashed after this today. It's not good to be marching around up and down with soggy feet all day, but I don't really have a choice. Now this is quite a lake. Okay, it's got a name. Gardner Lake. Yeah, wow. Nice. Nice. Here's that campsite. That means there's probably about, truth be told, 2.8 miles left. Oh man. That sounds like so far still. Oh boy. This is a great hike though. Be a cool place to set up camp if it weren't for all the mosquitoes, but maybe the fall. Oh look. A little place there for a hunter lookout or whatever. So this is some really hard walking. I mean, I don't remember feeling this tired before, even though I've hiked well north of 20 miles in a day before, but this is just all factors involved. Turning this to this mosquito on my face. Yeah, this is just exhausting. And there we go, just more stuff in the way. And like I said, my feet are just so heavy, just completely saturated. And this ain't no walk in the park. But I think probably only like a mile and a half left. I say only, but it's non-stop up and down. It wouldn't be so bad if I could just get like a stretch that was just flat for a while. But yeah, so 10 miles of this so far. Getting down to the end though. Okay, I think I just saw my scooter up down this hill here. So I think mercifully I've reached the end. Oh my god, yeah. I don't think it really would have mattered. Oh god, these mosquitoes are everywhere. If I had an extra pair of socks, those would have just got soaked too. So, I mean, I'm glad I never sat down and took a break, because I don't know, I think the exhaustion and humidity, I think my legs would have kind of got stiff. So I'm glad I just kept moving. So, 11.2 miles, but man, it felt like a lot farther than that. Oh god. I'm happy to be done. Okay, so here I am back at Anchor Matson Road, and I'm going to wind up here today. So basically, I'm just outside of Itasca State Park. I'm going to hike all the way through the whole park there, all the way to the very end where my scooter is situated, kind of hidden in the woods so nobody messes with it. And it's about 10.6 miles. And as you can see, the sun is actually coming out. I mean, it has been raining all last night, since the end of the hike last night, all the way through this morning, and they're finally getting a cloud break. So it's definitely going to still be wet in there, and I'm definitely getting a late start too. It's let's see. Almost 2. So off we go. 10.6 miles. Hopefully my feet don't get soaked like immediately. I do have an extra pair of socks with me today, but I don't know what good that'll do if water gets inside my shoes. I brought 2 pairs of these sort of waterproof shoes, but it does you no good if the water gets inside the shoes, like I just said. And about yesterday, at the end of the hike, interesting thing, it was sprinkling throughout the hike. Let's see what this says here. Bad medicine stream. So 0.7 to the state park boundary, 4.7 to Gardner Farm Road. Okay, those are good, nice frame of reference here. Sanger section. Anyway, last night it was sprinkling throughout the hike, and not too bad, other than just the fact that my legs and feet were soaked. But when I got out, it started torrential downpouring. So as I was riding my scooter back to where my truck was, I mean, I could not see. The rain was just like pelting me in the eyeballs. I couldn't open my eyes. I mean, it was it was pretty crazy. But obviously I made it. So here I am back on the trail, and a very wet trail. But you know, wow! Like just as I started, I'm telling you, just right now, the sun came out. I mean, it has been raining all morning and then just like overcast until just now. Like I said, it's nearly 2 o'clock, but this is realistically as early as I could have gotten out today. So, you know, 10.6 miles. So, you know, if it stays dry like this, I might even take a swim in old Lake Itasca later today, see how I feel. But it's all contingent on how the day goes and how the weather holds up. How I hold up. Feeling pretty good now. Wow, this is amazing how how things have changed just all of a sudden. Well, it looks like you're still on the old railroad track. Haven't quite made it to the state park boundary, I don't think, yet. Well, apparently this is the state park boundary, which means that we've gone 0.7 miles and we have 9.9 left. Yes, as one would expect, coming out of a rainstorm, head net absolutely necessary. This is non-stop activity. I'm up in a nice beautiful lake here, and Swan Lake. I gotta tell you, mosquitoes out in full force. It's another view of that lake. Alright, make this update quick. Mosquitoes are swarming. Okay, I have hiked 4.4 miles. Because that's the Anchor Matson Trailhead where I started. 0.8 miles to Morrison Lake. DeSoto Lake campsite, 2.1 miles. And then my scooter, 6.2 miles from there, from here. So, how far have I gone? 4.4. Okay. Yeah, 4.4 in, 6.2 to go. Mosquitoes in full effect. But head net protection. Always be prepared, like a good Boy Scout. And other than that, it's pretty nice. You know, it's hot and muggy, and you know, my feet are wet. I don't know if I'm going to change my socks or not. I mean, it might be past the point of no return, you know, like no real benefit to putting dry socks on if the shoes are already wet inside. So, let's just keep going. I haven't really found any suitable place to rest or anything, considering the mosquito activity. So I'll just keep hiking then, I suppose. Another big, beautiful lake. Yeah, the more I see of these lakes, the more I'm thinking I might want to jump in. But I'm going to wait till I'm done with the hike, I think. Although, I did bring a little towel with me, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal if I jumped in one of these. But it's just too much of a hassle and there's too many bugs around. Otherwise, I'd do it. Not too deep. Just one gorgeous lake after another. Nice old growth pine forest. This is, like I said, Minnesota's oldest state park and the headwaters of the old Mississippi. So, waters from these lakes ultimately spill out into the Gulf of Mexico down by New Orleans. Yeah, I like it better up here. I think this is better. So here I am on Old DeSoto Lake. Just took a little rest on a log there. There's a guy who was hiking in site number 3, site number 4. Oh, I guess I'm at a campground or something. But yeah, there's a outhouse here. And yeah, it's the first person I've seen so far on the trail, but you would expect to see somebody now that I'm right directly in the middle of the state park. But yeah, first one I've come across so far, and I just sat down there and chatted with him for about half an hour, so it was a nice, good rest. I wasn't really needing a rest, but you know, nevertheless, we march on. Yep. It's the old shelter. I guess Eagle Scout Trail is where I'm supposed to be. Yep. How much longer do I have? I don't know. 3.5 miles? I just have no idea.
The mom who raises her son to hate everything that manhood is all about.
Rat Lake. Oh, I'm guessing there's probably less than a mile left to go. Mosquitoes out in full force again. But we're coming down the home stretch. Really beautiful forest. Quite enjoyable hike today. And there's our blue blaze. Still on track. And yeah, not bad. Okay, so I can hear the din of the street traffic. So have to be getting somewhat close. I know I should be coming up to a junction fairly soon, which will lead to a spur trail to where my scooter's parked. But I'm not sure how far it is. I might be still half a mile away or so. Or it could be around the corner for all I know, you know. Well, here's another lake. Unbelievable. Just so many inviting lakes. You just want to jump in. I think I'm going to jump in to a lake. It's all squared away and off the trail. Okay, looks like we made it. To the junction here. 200 yards to the scooter. Okay. And that's where we'll continue tomorrow. Nope, not yet. Back this way. Whew. Yeah, a lot of climbing at that last bit there. But by and large, I'm already feeling like I'm getting in better shape. 10.6 miles today was nothing compared to what I did yesterday in terms of how fatigued I feel. Yesterday was a little bit further, and obviously the conditions were worse. Though I did have soaked feet all today too, but not nearly as heavy as it was yesterday. And I took a nice little break also at a certain point. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna jump in the lake. So here I am approaching the Mississippi headwaters. A little problem last night. My scooter wouldn't start when I got there at the end there. So I had to do a bunch of hitchhiking and whatnot to get back to my truck. So that was a long, arduous process. It was hard to even find a ride. So I guess this is it. No more hike, but there it is. Mighty Mississippi. No more hike, but let's spend the day at the park.
Someone's let them loose.
You don't think they're native to Minnesota, Newtsart?
No,
If it's
no.
not, then it's not
I've
gonna
never seen one
provide
like
the-
that in Minnesota ever.
Yeah.
Going a little short hike here. Check out the park's largest white pine. Oldest.
How's it going?
Oh, sorry. That's okay. It's a big pine tree. We can check out a big red pine. Formerly record. Okay, that's what happened. Windstorm broke the top. And so now I'm hiking on this half-mile fire trail road. I guess it gets to a couple 100-foot tower at the end of this trail. You can have a good bird's eye view of the whole landscape. So, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of hiking in today anyway, scooter or not.
Actually, it's 74 now. Actually, there's only 3 of them up there. Oh, see? 2 of them should be on their way down.
Good job, good time.
So, at the top of the fire tower, it's shaking, so there's people climbing up and down it. And, yeah, it's a really nice view. What can I say? Jeez. And this is probably the only dog who's ever made this climb. This dog has been some incredible places. She's been to the top of the Cruise Tower in Cincinnati.
about to go.